Yeah, bro. Any of that, bro. Any of that.
Hey, this is anti-interview 14, I think. Nah, we don't gotta do the clap because the video's not rolling. See, we do the clap because whenever the video's rolling and the audio's rolling at the same time, that's when it's like, we gotta do the clap to line them up.
There was a video with the last one.
There was a video with all of the. No, but we didn't do a clap with. Yeah. Yeah, take it off. I don't give a fuck. Get on my level. I'm fucked up. But anyway, I think this is 14 because on the last one that me and Tyler did was we got really lit, and then it was number 13, I think, and then I started throwing up eventually, but I didn't have enough food. I don't throw up that much. But anyway, I forgot what the fuck we was talking about. We was talking about something like dope.
Yeah, we was just last thing we was talking about. You was telling me Brett's name was Buddha.
Okay, yeah, and BY. He didn't show up to the show. He did not show up to the show, and he said he would. I don't know what happened to him, but you know what?
Yeah, I gotta meet BY too, yeah.
Man, but he's dope. He's dope. But he didn't show up, so he kind of being a little gay for that. But you know what? Guess what? He ain't listening, so. But if he is, he's just gonna laugh. So it's like either way. But he didn't show up. But either way, he could still hook you up. You know what I'm saying? Because like I thought about it, but I was like, I was like, I'm being bougie. But it's like I wanted some like under the table. I wanted some like, because like whenever I like went over to Buddha and talking about a painting job, I was like, bruh, I'm down, whatever. I didn't even want to do that because I just been doing shows.
Yeah.
And it's like that. I wanted to just do that because I quit Domino's to just do this shit. You know what I'm saying? But,
bro, your hair is awesome, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like our hair is very similar. You know what I'm saying? It is because our hair is both like brown and blonde at the same time, and that's a very interesting mix.
But my bad, bro.
Like,
I know I just cut you off
or...
completely, bro. My bad, man. Oh, what did you say?
Oh, I was just saying, in comparison, he's just like, it's brown and blonde. It was like not the fact that it's long or anything, or
it's also long.
Yeah.
It's also long, and it's also amazing. But see, it's so funny because that's how Fred's hair is. But you know what, Fred? He hates when I call him Fred.
Oh man, Beans. He loves it when you call him Beans, though.
Yeah, I've heard.
Oh really?
He actually
He hates that shit. He's like, what? He's
bro,
like,
as soon as you said that, bro, I was like, I know this is some great inside joke.
you don't even like, bro. Like, I don't even know where the fuck that came from. I was like, one day I was just like Beans. I was like, yeah. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah, he was like, I hate when that nigga calls me that.
And then I came up with the idea. It's like he's in his can. He's like, yeah, we chilling at his crib. I'm like, oh, y'all chilling at his can? And then I'm like, you know what? Later, I'm like, why he bullshit?
I was over there ribbing him about it, bro. It was so funny.
And then I was like, why he bullshitting? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking open his can up or some shit on his bean head ass. That shit too funny, man. Like me and him be getting into it like a lot. Like when we talk about some shit, I mean, it's like him and I are like on like opposing sides of like politics or whatever. But I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, man, I don't care. I'm like, bro, I respect your beliefs. Like I get you.
Bro, it's the same way with us, bro. It's really low key, bro. Really high key, bro. It's really just a lot of brotherly love right here going on, man. Like he be like, bro, I got this opposing thought and everything, bro. But we can talk it out. He might get mad or something, bro. It's always been like that. Me, him, and Jalil, bro. We didn't argue so many times, bro. We all have opposing different standpoints, and I had to be the mediator, especially between them. Be like, bro, Jalil, Fred, we all brothers, man. We cool, man.
Yeah, exactly.
What did y'all get mad about a little disagreement for,
exactly,
man?
Dude. Like, Fred get mad.
Yeah, bro. He one of the type of people who be getting irritated.
He's like, nah, bro, I'm right.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm right. Fuck you. And I'm like, bro, okay, you might be right. Okay, whatever. It's like, I'm like, you know what? We just need to forget about it. I'm like, all right, let's just think about something else. He's like, you know what? You're right.
Bro, I'm really just the type of person, bro. I like to if it's able to be done, bro, I like to work past the differences, bro, for like
Exactly.
to move forward, bro, for progress.
Exactly, dude. Because I mean, he be telling me, he's like, I mean, bro, he literally blamed me for white supremacy, or what? I mean, not literally, but it's like he's like, bro, like the white supremacist system, and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, but it's not my fucking fault, okay? Don't take it out on me.
Bro,
I'm like, bro, I'm like, okay, you're right, whatever. It's like, you can be right, but it's like, bro, I'm like, I'm helping you, man. We helping each other. And it's like, that's like, we on another level. You know, it's like, bro, we all on another level, and we're in the dream. You know what I'm saying? We doing what hasn't been done.
Bro, I honestly, this is how I view it, bro. Honestly, I think he just doesn't want anybody to get like a misconception, bro, of you, bro. Like, he doesn't want anybody to look at you and be like, oh, this man's appropriating culture or anything like that. He wants people to see that you like appreciate and you like trying to add to the culture, bro. That you're not like disrespecting rap culture or anything that you like respected, bro. And he want to make sure that people can see that.
But see, it's also even like separate from. It's actually entirely separate from the rap culture. It's just literally just like general, you know, conversation. We're just like,
oh, bro, just in general, like how, bro?
Yeah. No, I mean, we just be talking. We're like, yeah, man, they be fucking us over. New World Order. He's like, yeah, I agree. And then he's like, you know what? I mean, no, I totally agree with that. Almost every single thing he says. You know what I'm saying? But then he like gets into like a rhetoric, you know, and then we talk about it, and then we're like, oh man, I'm like, hey, you know, like I got you, you know, but I'm like, I disagree, you know what I'm saying? Because he's talking about like, you know, cop killing people and shit, and I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of cops that kill people. I mean, I don't disagree, but it's like that statistic is very low, and then I try to tell him, I was like, bro, like the black on black crime, like if you look at Chicago and places like that, you know, like that statistically is higher than any other like crime rate. If you look at it, you know what I'm saying? It's like cop on or white on black or black on white or whatever. It's like black on black is higher, and then he's like, that's typical white person to say. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, what?
Bro,
I'm like, I'm just saying.
It is a touchy subject, bro. Because
it is.
Why is it higher? Because how they've been put into those communities.
And I agree. No,
so
I totally agree.
Understand. Like, these are subjects that need to be talked about, bro. And it's both sides need to be understood, bro.
Exactly.
That's the thing. With you and Fred personally, bro, I think it's good for me to be here so y'all don't misunderstand each other, bro. Because I really think the way it's... I understand where you're coming from, bro. Yeah. I also understand where Fred's coming from. Y'all need to understand.
No, I get him too.
The problems, they're intertwined, bro.
But
problems are intertwined.
What I learned is that when we had the last conversation that we did, we just kind of learned to just be like, you know what? Like we ain't got nothing to worry about. I mean, other than all this other shit. It's like, because I'm more on like, man, it's like they want to fuck all of us over. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there has been the history. I'm not denying the history. But it's like currently, you know what I'm saying? Like the only color that matters to the elites is green. You know what I'm saying? It's the New World Order. But you know what? I want to hear what they think. I want to hear what they think.
That's true, bro.
Come on, let's hear what they think. Let's hear it. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean,
what you think?
We haven't, Juliana? We haven't only been talking forever.
What do you think?
I know how to fight the system.
He must be trying to freak people out or something, man. Like,
nah, see, I'm trying to make some ventilation.
You did not scare me, bro.
Nah, see, the anti-interview, every time we do the anti-interview, I walk off, you know, and I usually walk off for a longer period of time. But I wanted to open the garage, give some ventilation, because I'm a chain smoke. But... whatever, you know, I mean, it's like, we know that we love Fred, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, this is an interesting topic, you know what I'm saying? But it's like also back to BY.
Bro, it's a sensitive topic too, though, bro.
It is. So no, trust me.
People on both sides get upset about it, bro.
And we're going to get much more in depth in all of this, because we have a conspiracy podcast. And specifically today, like, when I was, like, waiting on Fred, and I was calling him, I was like, hey, where y'all at? Because, like, me and Ty was talking, he's like, man, like, let's do the, like, I was telling him, like, we want to do a podcast today because everybody's going to be over by 2. He's like, yeah, let's do it. So I'm like, hey, where y'all at? Like, I'm trying to do this podcast. I was planning on trying to talk about some of that, too. And it's like, because I feel like that'd be good information to talk about on a podcast.
Oh, bro, you know, something interesting for the podcast, bro, random fact, is, who's that one guy, bro? He was like a serial killer or something, bro. Like Charles Manson or something, bro. I had the same birthday as that dude.
Oh, shit.
I just found that out recently.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you the reincarnation?
I don't think so, bro.
couldn't be because he died like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I was trying to say he just died recently, I think. But I just feel like maybe that got something to do maybe with something what we was talking about a little bit. Like, wasn't he like the white supremacist or something?
I think so, and also it's like, see, like something that happened with him is what I heard about is that MK Ultra. I heard that, like, you know, I heard he had like a handler, you know what I'm saying, like a CIA handler and shit. I heard that he was a part of like MK Ultra program, you know what I'm saying, of like mind control, and he had people that he mind controlled as well. But see, that's all in a conspiracy podcast, you know. The anti-interviews though, it's like the anti-interviews is literally just fluent conversation of just whatever, you know what I'm saying. Like the first anti-interview we ever did. Do you remember the first one we ever did? The first few is literally chaos. Like there was like 10 people.
There's people talking in the back.
There's everybody talking over each other. Yeah.
They're like, all right, I'm gonna put a camera here, and people sit here, and then whenever they're like, all right, let's sit down and talk, everyone got up and walked off, and it was all going on in the background. So he was like, all right, well, I'm gonna start recording over here, and then they all went over and sat down.
Everybody was eating Chinese food for like a good portion of the first or second one. And they weren't even in frame. You know what I'm saying?
You got those posted?
Yeah. The first or second one.
I don't know if I've seen those.
Dude, I haven't even really looked at them. You know, because like I dropped the shit, then I'm just like, all right, next one. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes, bro, I sit there and I just be like, okay, it's the WHYFYRE channel for the next hour. But I haven't made it through the whole thing yet.
That's really dope, though. I mean, it's like, honestly, dude, like, I feel like, but see, we're doing it for the people around us, you know what I'm saying? But we're about to have a lot more people around us. But you know what? Something that I was thinking about a lot is that BY did not show up. He did not show up, and he said he would. You know what I'm saying? Today? But it's like, I could guarantee. Tonight? Yes, I would bet you I would bet you all y'all $500 each that he's not listening to this right now. He never will. But it's cool. I fuck with him. He's dope. Even if he does, he probably laughing at this. But it's like, I fuck with BY. I love him. Yeah. But it's like, he did not show up, and he said he would. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I gotta meet BY, man.
Yeah.
Let's see what's up with BY.
Because I already know
a lot of people.
All right, yeah. And you know what? Also, speaking on another topic, because it's, you know, anti-interview, we talking about all the types of shit. Nord wants to join our group. And you don't know Nord, but he's got hair like
I've heard of him, bro. He's with
short. It's just different color.
The Neighbors.
He's with the Neighbors. Yeah.
Which one of the Neighbors is he? There's 3 of them, right?
There's 3 of them. He's the guy. He's the big teddy bear. Big teddy bear.
Darko?
Yeah.
Okay, see, that's what I thought they were the same person, bro. I just never heard anybody call him Nord before Fred was talking about him. And you just called him Nord, and I've only been assuming that it's the same person.
And he wants to join what we got going because, like, you are a part of the group just as much as.
He seems cool.
But see, like, I told him, we talking last night whenever the homie was talking to me, and then, like, he's like, hey, man, you know, blah, 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 blah. He said all this shit. I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, man, like, I want to join, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, well, you know what? We got a homie coming in. He's been a part of this shit for a long time, so you have to meet him, and he has to accept you before, and then we're going to do initiation. So it's like, you have to accept him into it. You have to meet him and talk to him and be around him.
New number.
And you have to get, Also, another thing, you know what? I got to go piss around the corner. You know what? Right over here is the best place to piss, like a good place to piss, you know what I'm saying? Like right here next to the fence. I piss there all the time, and I'm sure she's totally okay with it. But talk to him what I talked to you about.
I don't remember the numbers.
We talking about the numbers and shit.
We were talking about different numbers, and all of them are open, you know, because it's no double digit. Because I heard you're -3, I think is what you were.
Yeah, something like that.
And so now there's...
You talking about like the life
what's open now? Yeah, since everyone's gone.
Oh, you're talking about when we start talking about numbers, there's so many different things that has to do with numbers that I start getting off track with it. You're talking about within the group. Okay.
Yeah, within the group, and also numbers is coming out at some point.
I heard you know about like life paths and stuff like that.
Yeah, I left my phone in. I do numerology because I started focusing on it because this is my year 7. 21 is divided by 3 is 7. That's 777, right? And it's like the only time I've ever seen or even dealt with 777 was when I met him. I met him in 2020 though.
Yeah, I've been seeing so many like angel numbers and shit like that. Like I've been seeing so many signs. I'm just like, man, I'm on my destiny for real. Like, and then Go ahead. I don't want to.
Oh no, you're fine. You know, yeah. It's like certain numbers. I felt like there was a time him and I were talking, and he made like a joke, or he was saying something, and I made like a dirty joke out of it, and I saw 666. Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I mean, there was a time I was at work, and I thought about stealing. And I was just like, I'm going to take this. I'm so mad. And then I saw 666, and I was like, fine. And then I was heading home, and I was like, I'm going to be home. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to see him. And I saw 777, and I was like, yes, it's all good. But yeah, I deal with triple numbers sometimes because there's a moment. Like, I saw things twice today.
I was like, all the time, I'll be seeing the synchronicities and stuff like that. Like, it's almost like, at this point, I'm like, bro, did I train my mind to look at, like, the time? Every time this is happening throughout the day? Like, because I see it almost every time.
Every time, yeah. We actually, he looked at the clock and it was 2:22.
Yeah, that happens to me, like, all today.
4:44 every time.
Like, yeah, and that's like that for me on a daily basis. Like, I'm seeing 3:33. 4:44, 2:22, like it's like I just catch those all the time.
All the time, yeah.
1:11, like all of it.
Yeah, I was gonna lead something with that. It was hard to focus. And
all right, so.
But yeah, life path number and stuff. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you was talking about the number. You was telling me about a life path number a while ago, right?
So,
I was trying to find out
his is 5, which is freedom and change, and it's like so him.
Right.
But his year number that's coming up is year 2. So there's the life path, and then there's your personal number path. So like personal is like the cycle of 9, which is weird because WHYFYRE there were 9 members excluding negatives and whatnot. But
I mean, like, there was like 12 people.
12 people, but positive. It's up to 9.
And see, I think it's interesting. I mean, see, I'm glad that you took over. You know what I'm saying? I went pissed. I felt that was great, but so it's funny though that you're talking about the numbers and shit, all that. Like before, you're talking about like, oh, your number is this, and it's like, but she said it was this, and I mean, I still don't know.
And
I was like,
2 different ones.
Yeah. So I didn't know,
and I didn't know about that either. Cause see, I was looking into mine and What mine said is it was 3, like communication and stuff like that, and I was like, wow, man, that's really me, bro.
Yours
that's
is 3?
Yeah, and I was like,
you know what? Then I feel like we figured it out.
Yeah, I would say he was -3, now he's +3. If his life path number is 3.
Yeah, and then I don't know what the personal one is, but when I found that out, I was like, this makes so much sense why I've been living my life like this.
Personal starts on the day you're born. It's a cycle from 1 to 9, right? And so you would do like how you would do with the life path, except it's with the current year. So instead of your birth year, it would be like 2021 instead. So
and it changes every year?
Changes every year. So it goes up to 9, and then once it's the next year after 9 is you're back to 1.
Okay.
So my year is 7, and 7 is like happiness and guidance and like really good things to come.
Well,
his is 2.
You want to hit it?
Yeah. But yeah, his year is coming up. That's 2. And it's relationships and connection. And
yeah, see, that's what he was telling me. I was like, bro, but I got 5 for you, bro. We got to talk about this.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm 7.
Well, so my life path number is 11. And 11, 22, and 33 or 44, I forgot.
See, I don't even know. I have no idea.
Yeah, the double numbers are
those
the
are
special
the special ones.
Yeah. And that's, I know I already brought this guy up, man. But
you want to hit this?
I'm not even gonna bring that guy up, man. When I found out I had the same birthday as this dude, I started looking into his life path. There was this dude called Charles Manson, dude. I really don't know nothing about him, but it said his is like 22 or something. And I was like, that sounds like something like pretty much he became famous, but he could have either became famous off something really good or something really bad. But either way, he was gonna be famous and known. Yeah.
Yeah, with 11, it's Charles Manson.
Charles Manson guy. I was trying not to bring him up again, but when I found out I had the same birthday as him, I was like, what is up with this dude? I don't really know much about none of that stuff.
That's so interesting, though.
Like, serial killers and stuff like that. I never been the type of person to be like, let me watch some serial killer documentaries.
So
I don't know nothing about none of them.
The girl that lived at this house, she listened to true crime podcasts, and she would tell me all these things, and it used to freak me out. She lived in Broken Arrow with her dad for a while, and she was she was walking down the street with a friend, and they were walking to her house, and that friend lived across, was it the Mendez brothers? There was a place in Broken Arrow where these two kids
killed
their whole family and then burned the house.
That's wild.
And they were walking down the street right after that happens, and it was all burned down. They're like, "What happened?" And the parent of the friend talk about it, and they're like, "Yeah, this happened."
The rest of this?
And they're like, "Oh my god!"
You gonna drink beer?
Yeah, for real.
I'll drink it.
Yeah, it's super scary.
If I drink it, I'm gonna be drinking.
You're gonna be fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna be drinking it slow though. I'm not.
Right now they're like 20. I think she's 28, but I mean, she was in high school at the time.
I wonder how. Okay,
so
this beer has been sitting in
Arrow.
the refrigerator and it's been open for the past like 3 days or so. You think it's still good?
I read something that said that if it is in the refrigerator, it'll last. The alcohol will stay in it for longer. Like if it's warm, the alcohol will evaporate out of it quicker. But
interesting.
But it'll last in the refrigerator.
I was trying to pass it off to you. I'm like, you want this? Cause
it doesn't work.
But no, see, like the matter at hand though is like, what number do you want to be designated within the collective? Is what I need to know.
Well, bro, I thought we already had that like situated. Like I already had that.
I mean, just now, like.
Yeah,
possibly, yeah, but it's like I like, I mean, I'm very direct and specific, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
bro,
like, what's your number? You know what I'm saying? I'm 7, Fred's 8, and Quaid's 9. Quaid used to be 8 because like Quaid was around, and then like he had a number designated, and then he disappeared, and then Fred took 8, and then they were both 8, but like Quaid was out. And then we're both making this track together, and I'm like, all right, we gotta get this situated. Who's switching to 9? Yeah. Because Devin just left like around that time, so we're like, you know what? Like, I was like, I mean, to me it mattered. You know what I'm saying? So 7, 8, 9. That's me, Quaid, and Fred, and then there's
other ones.
And then there's Jalil, and then there's Quinn. Quinn's in the army right now, but Quinn's kind of like, you know about Quinn. I mean, you don't know Quinn, but you know about him. Man, I can't wait. You never met Quinn, have you? Y'all just like, that's so dope. That's so dope.
Most people, like, most of the people that I've been running into, either I hadn't heard about them, they might have heard about me, or I hadn't added them on Facebook, but we never met in person. Like tonight, everywhere we went, there's like, people that you've done podcasts with, people I've seen on Facebook, people that I've been talked to.
Bro, I love that shit. I love being like, hey, this is
I feel
right
real
here,
familiar, like I'm just coming around people that I kind of already know.
Yeah, almost. Exactly. And see, like, Quinn is number 4, and Jalil is number 1.
Yeah, so. Jalil, you know what's so funny about that is because I seen that Jalil life path is number 1, and then he got that scar on his forehead that looks like a number 1.
Really?
So it's all so funny.
Bro, you know what I heard? I heard that everybody has a crack down the middle of their forehead.
No, buddy, he has that scar. We was in elementary school. Jalil, he's a clown, bro. Jalil's a clown. Did he ever tell you the story how he got that scar? Bro, we was in elementary school, bro, and they had a drum. It's like a hand drum, a big hand drum. Bro, really? And everybody was like they was going playing like on the drum. They was taking turns to play something on the drum, like the class or whatever. When it come to bruh turn, he goes up and does something stupid and jumps up and he headbutt the drum, right? And it left a scar on his forehead.
Wait, he was in band class?
Yeah, it was like, bro, it wasn't band class. It was just like a general thing. Like, it was like some general thing, bro. And I was like, bro,
what year was that?
Bro, I swear it was like 5th grade or something like that, like 5th or 4th grade, bro. Like we've known each other that long, bro.
That's a long time.
Yeah,
that's a long time. You surpassed how long I've known him. I've just known him since like 2012. It's almost been 10 years. But
yeah,
but that's cool. That's cool.
But the numbers, bro, the numbers that are open, which ones are open?
Hold on. First, let me say this. All right. So I don't know if y'all know, but it's like I heard that everybody has a crack down the middle of their head. Mm-hmm. Do y'all know if y'all have a crack down the middle of your head?
I mean, I got like this right here. Like, you probably see like this vein.
No, dude, yeah. I have like this crack right here, and it freaks me out because I'm like, is it like pulling apart? Or like
no,
yeah.
Not pulling
I'm like,
apart.
what if I just like. No, but anyways, okay. So the numbers that are open is 2, 3,
4,
2, 3, 5, and 6.
Oh, 5.
Well, bro, since we was already talking about like me being
3, you were already negative 3,
bro.
Too.
Like,
you already negative 3.
We had
that many people. We had that many people in the group that we had to designate him as a negative because we're like, you know what? We got like fucking like we had more than 10 people, so I'm like, all right, -3 because we had that one song. We had like 1 or 2 songs or something, and it was 17 minus 3. Like, what a weird ass name.
How come you didn't want double digits?
Because it's like if you have double digits, I wanted to make every WHYFYRE track a like, you know, a number. So it's like 1, 3, 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we would have to do it in different orders every time. We could have like an infinite amount of different orders. So it's like 3, 5, 1, 1, 3, 5. 5, 1, 3 or whatever, you know, and just do it in all these different ways and just name it like that, you know, like numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, because if we have a 10, then it's like that's 1 and 0. So if we have 1 and 0, or if we have 1 11, that's 1 and 1 or 1 and 2. It's like then it confuses shit. You know what I'm saying?
Then you could have like a 1 1, 1 1 2, you know, 1 2 2.
That's true. That's true. But see, also maybe it was that I figured that we shouldn't go past 10 people. You know what I'm saying? Like we shouldn't go past. So it's like,
oh yeah, it had to do with the numbers of the group. Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's talking about it, yeah.
I mean, it's like, I mean, maybe we shouldn't have more people than that. I mean,
like,
maybe
that's
just
how I
like
remember
a subconscious thing. I don't know. I mean,
that's how I remember it too. Like he almost made like an equation out of what numbers the group was, like kind of with the title.
It is like mathematics, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, like, whatever the fuck our song was called, 17 minus 3. Like that's a weird ass name. Like what the fuck? So I mean, I guess you're 3. You know what I'm saying? I always thought it's funny though because like Quaid is Quinn's twin brother, and Quaid is like taller than him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he literally like sucked the nutrients out of his twin brother whenever they were in the womb. So if you think about 4 and 8, you know what I'm saying? It's like 4 is half of 8.
Yeah.
But it's like Quinn ain't listening to this shit. I think he Quinn up and he don't say shit.
Look, one day everybody you say isn't listening to this is gonna listen. They're gonna listen one day and be like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, but see, it's like that's good because it's not even nothing that bad, you know. But like, but see, shout out to all the fallen homies that were part of the group because you know we lost a lot of people. We lost a lot of fucking people.
Yeah. And
it's like, what is more sad, losing the people to death or losing people by choice? You know what I'm saying? Literally, like, what is more sad? Like, I don't know. Because
bro, and that's a deep question, bro.
Yeah.
For real, because, like, man, that's something to think about, y'all that's listening. Whoever listening, man.
You listen.
I'm going to listen to this later.
Honestly, I wonder if it depends, because it's like, with death, it's like, there's no way of seeing them. So
no
there's that sign. So yeah, there's no... You'll never run into them again,
right?
You know, so there's like,
or
at least you get to live knowing that they didn't decide they never want to see you again.
Yeah. But it's like in it that way. But it's also like if you never see them again, then but you know they live.
Yeah.
Then there's not that.
And but they also made the decision to never see anybody again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's like
if they
it's
decide
hard
to never see you or interact with you again, it's almost just like, you know, them being dead almost. So it's like that's a real deep comparison.
Be prepared. I'm about to open it.
It's not opening. Did you break the garage door?
Man, that shit broke itself. The fuck?
What did you do to my door?
Alright, let's see. Let's fucking find out right now.
Let's see if it works.
What the fuck?
You broke the door!
I did not break it.
You were the only one to touch it. Literally, you touched the door and the button.
Well, you can still open it, that's good. It's good that it's not stuck closed.
But see, these springs are very high power and they can snap off, you know what I'm saying?
There's the little red string. Can you pull that out? It keeps getting caught. I don't think so. I don't pull on that.
I mean, shit, you gotta find out what shit does.
No.
Wait, maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's pulled down, you know? But whatever. See, but that's part of anti-interview, you know? It's like you just chilling and you just doing whatever. It's like that's part of it, you know?
See, I know Fred, he says that he doesn't really like be trying to like do too much of this, that he want to work on some music.
I
understand.
I understand the same shit.
Right now, bro, like honestly, it is good, you know, to do this, bro. Like just chilling, talking, all that's cool. And It'd be cool to work on some music too though, but like, right now I don't even know, like, bro, if I was to make some music right now, bro, it would be like real, like I don't know how I would grasp the idea. It'd be so random,
but see,
bro.
it's like when I was thinking about like, man, we chilling, and I'm like, you know what? It would be a cool idea to just be like, let's immediately record a song. But I'm also like, you know what?
Yeah,
this is a way to like,
anytime,
yeah.
I'll come up with a song.
But see, that's why I chose podcasts over recording immediately, because it's like recording is like, bro, like I don't know if you know, but it's like that's like.
Yeah, it's committing to, hey, I'm
no, but that's all I do, bro. Like I'll be sitting there and I just be doing that constantly.
Yeah,
and I be mixing and shit. But it's like this is like the pre-initiation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We could just jump straight in there, but I'm like, let's talk because
just like filling out the vibes, bro. But actually interacting with each other, like
whenever I have people over and shit, and they pay me, because I do like sometimes like it's been dry recently, but I have people pay me for studio time. You know what I'm saying? They come over and they record. I record them and they pay me for it. But before we do that, we talk for a little bit. And I'm like, yeah. And so we agree. We're like, yeah, it's really good to like talk beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Then I realized it's like, we can just put that shit on podcast as content. You know what I'm saying? Bam. Because you have no idea. It's like, we could jump straight in there. And I'll show you some shit and be like, hey, I got this shit. Let's you know, trust me, bro. Trust me. I'm like,
y'all not even vibing like that.
But trust me, it's like we could jump straight in there, and I'm like, I'm ready. Like, whatever, you know, we record whatever track the fuck you want. As long as we putting on this, we record it. You know what I'm saying? You got all this shit ready, so it's like, trust me. That's a given. A given.
How it usually go, bro?
Huh?
How it usually go?
What do you mean?
When you like, hey man, you know, I got the track ready to record it, bro, and you just be like, hey man, let's do it. How that usually go?
We sitting right there, just like we are right now, and we sit there in that room, and I put that shit on. I'm like, check this shit out. I'm like, what you think about it? You like it? You got something that can fit to this, or you want to write something to this? And we like, bam, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I'll write to it, or I have something to it, or whatever. Like, we'll figure out something for it, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, shit, that's how it goes. It's easy as that. And it's like Fred, like, he like, you know, oh, I want to get straight to that, you know. And I'm like, you know what? There's other things we can do as well. Because, I mean, I don't know if you realize, bruh, but the WHYFYRE channel, every single video except 2, I've uploaded all of them. And
bro, I want to make sure, because this, I see, bro, there be a thing. And I keep it real all the time, bro. Like 100% all the time, bro. So I can't help but to just be completely forward and honest about shit. When it come to you and Fred, bro, I see y'all be having like some clashing, bro. A little bit of disagreements, bro. Like, y'all gotta understand. I really think y'all are two people, bro, that can really work together, bro, and make some nice shit, bro. I really think that both y'all need to see that you have your differences, and that, you know,
we definitely
accept them, bro. Like
no, yeah, but we have though. So it's really good that you say that though. But it's like the funny thing is that we have, and it's like honestly we're there. We're exactly what you're envisioning.
Like y'all are. And I know,
like,
bro,
I'm sure, like he should be like, man, like this motherfucker, like, you know. But it's like, but it's good. That's good. That's good. No, I know. I got you, because I know where he feels. I know exactly how he feels. He's like, man, I want to get more of this criteria done. It's like he's trying to do this extra shit. But I'll tell you, bro.
When we be talking between us.
But if you think about it, though, bro, I dropped 3 projects in like a month. You know, in a month and a half. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to learn how to mix good before I could try to record him more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, but I'll tell you, bro, like when you hear some of this shit, woo.
Bro, it's y'all got some real hot shit going, bro. But you just mentioned something real important, bro. That I'm touch on, bro. The mixing. bro, I noticed that because you have a bit more of a higher frequency, a higher pitch in your voice than Fred, bro.
Yeah.
And he has a lot more of like some deeper, lower things going on. I would be listening to some of the songs like.
So the mix should be different for the different voices.
Yeah, like I be listening to it, bro, and I think that I don't know. Me personally, I am not the best at mixing, bro, myself. But I've been just winging it, learning as I go, watching videos, bro, and something that I found out that definitely started making my stuff sound better is messing with those high frequencies and those low frequencies, you know, the mid frequencies, stuff like that. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you probably know way better than I know what I'm talking about. So when I'm listening to that mix, bro, Fred's voice, I'm like, man, maybe just try and tweak those lows a little bit, bro. So like get rid of some more of the lows, bro, and then get some more of the highs in there, bro. Like we gotta get like his vocals cut through, cause your vocals, bro, you're really good at mixing. If you mix the songs that you be on, bro, you're really good at mixing your voice.
Yeah,
bro.
but see, I'm so glad that you told me
this. And we gotta get Fred's vocals to cut in just like those.
See, I'm so glad that you told me this because people either I've been like in a weird like paradigm of people like either like being yes men or people like
I never
no I know but see, just listen, I either have people being yes men or I have people like, you know, doubting after the fact and not giving me the constructive criticism.
Yeah, and I never
but
see
what you're doing is that it's not even 1 and 2.
Yeah, I never.
It's like it's 1 and
those.
3, right? So and then you're the middle, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you telling me something like that.
Yeah, bro.
It's more helpful than either side. You know what I'm saying? But see, one time I had a homie come up to me and it's like, everything that you're doing is trash and you suck.
Oh, that's.
You know what?
I mean, you know what? You know what I did? You, bro.
It
that
did.
Inspire you.
I did.
You
know what? Now I do much better.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and
but let me tell you this.
And tell me I'm doing some trash shit, bro. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, but let me tell you this. All right,
Yeah.
when I performed tonight, bro, I had to work with the mic because the mic sucked.
Bro, you performed
The mic
good,
sucked.
bro.
The mic sucked, but I'm telling you, if the mic worked good, I did perform it good, but the mic
you
sucked.
made it work, bro.
They have this whole sound guy and the mic sucked. But either way,
yeah, bro.
Let me tell you this though.
Bro.
Let me tell you this. It's like no, actually, let me ask you this. What is, and I have something right after we talk about this, I have something in store right after that. Okay, something in store for all of us right after that. But like, I have a question. What is that based on specifically with his mixing for him? Like, what is that based on? Like, is there a specific song that you could think of? Like,
it's just when I it's a couple of I think they're unreleased. But like it's just a couple of them, bro. It was just in comparison, bro. Like I heard your vocals and they were cutting through. They were so crisp, bro. And this is what I came up with. J-Rob, he's more used to working with his voice, and he's like perfected it a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, so I really get it.
It must have been like Misfire or like Where to Go,
one of them,
or like Suicide or like some of the.
It might have been Black Smoke. One of them was Misfire. I can't remember all.
It might have been Black Smoke.
They were really good songs.
Let me tell you something about Black Smoke because we mixed Black Smoke, but he came in there and he tried to do his shit on there and he fucked the whole thing up.
Yeah,
so it's like, but maybe on his 8 song too, like maybe it's not perfect.
I heard 8 too. Like, bro, I'm not trying to talk shit on your mixing.
No,
bro.
you're being honest as constructive.
Yeah, criticism. I'm just saying, bro. Like, if you can get his vocals to sound because what I'm trying to say, bro, is you do yours really good, bro. And I'm not trying to say it's like any type of bias or anything. I'm trying to say that his voice, y'all just got different voices, bro. If you can make his voice cut through like yours, bro, those songs will be like, they're already golden, bro. They're they're good songs.
It's so good. I know. I'm so glad. You sing, bro. I'm so glad.
You sing
good.
good.
Oh yeah, you be singing.
You sing good, bro. I didn't know you sing.
I'm so glad that like you could tell me this. I'm so glad. Like it's very good. It's very good.
Bro, I need advice like this too, bro. You know my music is fucking trash, bro. I can't even official release that shit like y'all releasing it because I've been.
But see, it's like it's the same type of shit. I performed tonight. I did great, but the mix. I mean, and it probably sounded good too. But it's like, I promise you though, after all the time I performed, the mics on that shit was not any good. You know what I'm saying? It's like I had to like figure it out. Like when you have to like angle it a certain way, or like, Yeah, you know, and it's like you ain't practiced for that. You practice your lyrics, you practice doing it. When I did a Lefties and there was a lot of people there, everybody it sounded amazing. But there, like it sounded good. My performance was great, but see, it's the same thing. Live mixing, recording mixing. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to learn that. So it's like it's the same type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's like I can hear the differential. But it's like I'm telling you though. Somebody telling me something like, hey, that's what I think, and actually giving me something to work with, so much better than Fred being like, oh, what's this? You know, it's like, he know what he talking about, but he also don't. See, you know,
bro, I'm with you, bro. Like, it be times where it's, bro, Fred, he said it today. He says it best himself. The man's just like he got ADHD, bro. He's just all over the place inside of his head, bro. It's sometimes it's hard to communicate with, bro, efficiently, bro. So I understand what you're saying.
Like, hey.
Yeah, like you gotta keep his attention, bro.
You're like, come on, bro. Like, we gotta pack up.
His energy, bro, but that affects his energy. He's real high energy, bro. He has a positive vibe. Bro, he has a positive vibe, bro, and he's high energy, bro. So like he can contribute. He can contribute shit. It's just, you know, making sure we all staying focused, bro, and like know we on the same team. You know, that's really what it's about, knowing we on the same team, bro.
And it's like, but see, constructive criticism is so good. But I'm telling you though, it's like we on a precipice. You know what I'm saying? We on a precipice, and I've, you know, he may feel left out or whatever he feels. You know, it's like, but it's like weird. He is what we got. You are what we got. I am what we got. So it's like we are the people.
Yeah, we gotta work together, bro. We gotta work past all the bullshit, man.
And it's like, bro, my mixing has gotten so much better. But you know what? I feel like I don't know. I feel like, you know what we should do, this anti-interview. I feel like we should step away and have a girl hour or girl.
Yeah, I was just gonna start like, getting y'all's input. I was just about to ask
y'all talk. Like, we should walk away and just let them talk. I feel like that would be good. Let's just walk away for a few minutes and just let them talk.
Okay, we can do that first. Yeah.
Y'all talk about something interesting, okay? Because we've been carrying the whole thing, so it's up to y'all.
I was just about to get some input from y'all too, so I'll ask some questions when I get back. I'm the interviewer over here.
It ain't gonna be that long, so don't worry. But it's just talk about something.
I'm not worried. Yeah, don't worry. We can make it silent, honestly. Just not talk, and I kind of want to do that because I just want to sometimes I'm okay with being told what to do. It's like I'm very obedient. And that's a problem. And especially as a woman, it's not good to be obedient.
Yeah, I feel.
Yeah, and so it's like, if he tells me, like, oh, a woman, but like, there's been times where he's like, you need to make a friend that's a girl. And it's like,
oh my god, he says the same thing to me.
Like, shut up. Like, I want to be friends with guys. And he's like, no, you can't. Yeah, it's like, I'm just cool, you know? Like, it's whatever. I want to make my own friends. He's like, no, but you need a friend that's a girl. I'm like, And the last time, there was we went on a trip to Dallas. Oh, yeah, that's been folded up and broken. That's already broken. But yeah, we went to Dallas, and he's like, yeah, there can be a girl there, so you have someone to talk to. And I'm like, I'm not going to talk to her.
Yeah, it's like, don't add pressure.
I know. I was like, I don't have to. And I was like, oh, yeah, this one's good. You know, they've got a girlfriend, so you can talk to them. It's like, no, I don't have to. It's weird. And it's like...
Yeah, I feel... Because I'm such an awkward person in general, but, like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Yeah, I just learned I had to live with it. Because, I mean, this morning, oh my God, it was such a mess. Just like you guys driving for hours and not getting much sleep, it's like I was up all night. You know, I slept in the tub. Like,
really?
Oh, God, it was bad. Yeah, I took, like, a bath, and it was, like, super warm, and then... It was so weird, and it was super late at night. It was as if you were high, in a sense. Like, it felt like I was suffocating, in a sense. Like, I could just sink underwater, but I could breathe. But I didn't try to breathe underwater. But then, like, I laid in there for a bit, and I was like, I should get out. And then I, let the water drain. And as it was going, it just felt like my whole body was draining with it. Like, I was just like, I was not going to be in the tub. Like, I was going to go with the water. And I was just like... I don't want to get up. And I felt like the steam from, like, the bath.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is pretty comfy. And I got a towel and I just like laid on it and I was like, sleeping in the bathtub's not bad. And I mean, I was off and on, but I mean, because you always see like in movies or something, like someone passive, but they're always like on heroin or something like that, or just like, oh, drunk. Yeah. So, but I was just like, why not? And it wasn't bad. It hurt. My back does hurt though, but like in the moment, it
was worth it.
Yeah. So if you're like, man, I don't want to, I'm done with this. I'm gonna sleep in the bathroom. It's like tub's not that bad. Just get it in. That's like good to be warm too. Towel to lay on, and then a towel to like. I don't know why. Don't ever sleep in the bathroom. It's like the worst thing. I hate this. I'm not gonna listen to this part. I don't listen to things with me, but I'm gonna stop talking about me. But yeah, you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. See, I think I'm not really comfortable about talking about me myself personally, and it's mainly just because how I grew up. Like, oh wow, I guess I'm going there. So like my mom, she has mental health issues, so it's like a lot. Like I just don't expect people to understand half the time.
Yeah, no.
So it's like.
Of all people, I understand. Like, it's like my whole family line, but keep talking about.
Yeah, like, back in 2011, my mom's sister died from cancer or whatever, and then it's like, kind of just spiraled. Mm-hmm. And like, she had a baby, and we raised him or whatever, and he's still with us, so he love him. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's stuff like that. Started back in high school, so I was like, I never talk about it with people.
Yeah, it always, drama and like, issues always start at the worst time. It's
literally.
Like, because I found out whenever you're a kid, 3 years old is whenever like your frontal cortex is like fully developed, and so that's if your parents are separating around that time, that's what'll scar them for the rest of their life, or if they see something traumatic, then that will forever carry on them, and they'll always have that bit of depression. But it's like, besides like being a kid, it's like high school, that's when like all the things pop up, and it's like hormones, or we just take it too seriously because our hormones are all crazy and our brains are developing differently, so it's just like, well, maybe we just take things too seriously. But usually it's like, no, there's an issue, because when I was in high school, everything terrible ever happened, and it was like, it happened for a long time, but I didn't notice any of it until just like a certain night. I was like, oh, I get it now. Like that's what's been going on my whole life. I understand. Yeah. And that was when I was 16, like just like my 16th birthday. I was like, sweet 16. Super awkward. Super, super awkward day. But yeah, it's weird how things line up, and it's like at the same point, like trauma, it makes the people who we are in the future as adults. Yeah. It's like you're either like emotionally intelligent, so whenever you see someone that's hurt, you can understand, like, I understand having a parent that has mental health issues. Like I learned a lot of my mental health from my parents. And then my sisters took on that, and I was like, oh, this is just normal,
Yeah,
it's good. It's like, it's normal to be super dependent on people and have issues and cry every day for the rest of your life.
So
yeah, that's normal. And then you meet someone that's just like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm crying, right? Is it okay to cry? And I'm like, what's crying? And it's like, what?
Yeah, like childhood. Don't repress those feelings, let them out.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know. Yeah. We can go super deep, and it's funny because they were talking about like not getting, or Mars talking about not getting personal.
And I usually try not to too.
I know, yeah, because it's like I got therapy Monday, so I was like, I can share this with her. So, and especially like COVID, like that. And every podcast I think has talked about COVID, and I don't like to bring it up every time because it's like it's such a worn out topic, but at the same time, it's like, that did affect people's mental health, because isolation. There's a pyramid, and I forgot what it's called. It begins with like an H or an M, and it's based on some guy that was just like what humans need to survive besides food and water. And the very top of the pyramid is socialism, not political socialism, but like socializing. They need to connect, because it's like we feed off of other people's energy. Like there's an introvert, like if there's too much energy out, it gets sucked out of them. Yeah. But they can still handle like a bit, because they still need communication. And then extrovert, it's like they grow on it. They're just like, oh my gosh. So, but and I keep losing track because it goes from one thing. I'm like, oh yeah, I can talk about this. Mental health, but yeah, like with COVID, it's like everyone's isolated, and so that takes away one of the basic needs that humans need to survive besides food and water. And I'm not really sure if suicide rates went up. I know like depression did because I listened to NPR a lot and they had talked about that. What do you call? So, yeah.
Yeah. I think last year has been rough for everyone. Literally.
Did it affect you at all?
I mean, on a personal note, not directly, but like on a family note, maybe. Like, my grandma died last year, and like this month, like the 29th will be her 1 year, anniversary. And like, I told you my mom had mental health issues. We thought she would snap. She didn't. During the time that she died, then like a few months later, it was like
just kind of hit.
And she pretty much took my brother and my cousin and fled to Tennessee with my uncle.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like it'd be crazy shit happening all the time with my family. So it's like stuff that's normal, but not that normal. Yeah. Because like everybody was like expecting my mom to snap, but she didn't. And then when it did happen, it was like, oh, this is probably bad.
That was the snap. Yeah. My grandfather, he passed away last year. It wasn't due to COVID though. He didn't take care of himself, and he passed away 2 days after my birthday. And so that was just like, and I almost didn't see him. Like, and the last time I would have seen him would have been like New Year's, which was his birthday. So I was like, well, I'm glad I saw him. But it was just like, everything was awkward. It was like that, and then my older sister she's my half sister. We have different dads. Her dad died a week later, so that affected her more because she was very close to my grandfather. To my grandfather, like, she was the favorite. Like, she was the favorite for the whole family until she went off and did a bunch of things. Then the youngest, my younger sister, she became the favorite. But
oh, you the middle child?
I'm the middle child. I've got the middle child stereotypes and all.
Yeah, see, I'm not necessarily the middle child, but I was the second of four. So I kind of count myself as the middle child.
Yeah, that is hard. I was like, are you like,
Cause like, I used to fight my little sister all the time because, oh my God, a rocket. Like, I thought I was kind of on my own thing. She's definitely on her own thing. And then my older sister was like the goody two-shoe of the family. So it's like, she tried to tell her what to do. She don't listen. I'm the one in the middle scrapping it out.
Yeah. So you're like in between. So there's like good, bad, and you're just like neutral.
Yeah.
You see, that's how my sisters are. It's like my older sister went down a really bad path. I mean, she's fine now. Everything's great. And my younger sister ended up going to college. She moved to Boston, got a degree. Well, she started working on a degree that she wanted. Because she wanted to be a cellist. Then she wanted to be an astrophysicist, and now she's being a psychologist and studying that. But so she had to, cancel out all those classes and basically start over. So she's been doing this for a couple years now.
I literally changed my major up until like my junior year of college.
What did you want to major in?
I went from nursing. I didn't get accepted into the program, and I was like, maybe this wasn't for me. Like, stuff happens for a reason. And then I went to exercise science, and one of the requirements was like, internships. And I didn't have a car at the time, and I was like, I'm not finna like try and find people. And then I had a job too, so I was like, I'm getting paid here. I kind of need the money. I'm staying off campus. And then I switched to sociology, and that's what I graduated with. And I'm not sure I'm happy with it, but there's so many things you can do with it still.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you gather knowledge through that time too. It's like nursing. It's like, well, now like medical things. Like, I took anatomy in high school, and I learned so much. Where it's like, oh, well, my body, like my elbow hurts. That means I need to like stretch more, so I don't drink water, whatever. Or like, oh, I'm this vitamin deficient. So that's good. But yeah, you gain that knowledge, and then now it's like, I mean,
it's like
you can do whatever.
Yeah, like on a career level, I think I have to go further with it.
Yeah,
because like I was looking into social work, but that requires you to have like a master's degree. And I was not trying to do any more college.
Like 8 years or something. Yeah.
I was like, no, I can't do it. I barely made it through my 4 years here.
So you have a degree. So you should be making more money compared to most people, supposedly.
Like,
I know someone that has a law degree, but I mean he works at like a Petco or something like that, and it's like, why? If you're gonna be a lawyer, like, you can make bank as a lawyer, but if you're working at Petco, then you don't know what you're doing.
So maybe he enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, my art teacher, he went to school for 10 years, and whenever I told him, I was like, yeah, I tried to go into school, but it's just like all these things just kept like, I had 2 teachers tell me like, don't do it, and both I've really looked up to.
I wish I had somebody tell me how to do it.
Oh yeah, it's like. Well, no, technically I had 3. I had my art history teacher. I ran into him at Living Arts, and I was like, yeah, I just don't know if I want to go to school. And he was like, don't do it. You don't need to. Like, we were literally reading a person that went to TU who's a famous Tulsa artist. I don't remember the name. I feel terrible. Felt like it was like a Robert something. But he was like, don't do it. You don't need to. You just do it. Look at this guy. Like, if you read through this whole thing, like, I mean, yeah, he went to college, but I mean, he was just like, he talked about his like years, of just like learning and like mostly doing it on his own. But yeah, my art teacher, he went to school for 10 years, and I told him about it, and he was like, don't go. Like, I literally learned nothing, especially with like technology now. Like, you could become a doctor just by watching a YouTube video, honestly.
Literally.
It's like, or like a cook. Like, I watch like videos, like there's Martha Stewart, like Everyday Food or whatever, and it's like, I don't eat meat. I don't know how to cook meat, but I have to, and I gotta make sure it's cooked well, or else you'll get super sick, and so I learned how to cook, and he's just like, this is great. I'm like, yes, that's what I need. The last couple times, I haven't cooked in a while, so the last couple meals I made haven't been like the greatest, but I know it's like, I can do it. I just gotta I gotta get to that.
Like, we was in Arkansas like up until a year and a half ago, and then we moved back down to Georgia, and ever since then I have not been cooking. Not for real. Like, his mom cooks, and the way her kitchen is set up, I just don't like it that much, so I don't cook in it.
Yeah. So did you live with his family? Okay, so in Georgia, so you guys didn't have your own place, or
like we didn't, like, we was gonna get a place in Georgia, but like, he kind of wanted to come back up here, and stuff, so we didn't really try as hard to find a place in Georgia. Like, we was working and stuff, and where we stay at, oh my god, it's so small, so like no one moves out, and then like the places that do or could be available, they renovating, and it's been renovated for a while, so it's it's like real hard to find a place in the area we stayed in. It's just, I don't know, you have to like actually go to the area to get it. Because it's just small, tiny country, and it's like nothing there for real.
Yeah, I mean, most of my bases on the show, like Atlanta, the Donald Glover show, like, it's so funny, but it's also, it touches on real things that happen there. Like, like, there's mental health issues. Like, there's an episode where there's a guy and he's in jail, and everyone's like, oh, he's crazy, like, oh, he's back in here, but they don't handle that type of stuff, and then like the crime rate looks really high because they just don't care. And I mean, there is like a racism problem there too. Like, it's just everywhere. Like, whenever they're talking about Chicago, it's like, well, if black on black crime rate's higher, then it's like, well, yeah, because they're all put there. Like, it's harder for African American or black people, whatever, and you want to say, because they started off on a harder spot. They started off at like we put them in the worst situations ever. We as in white people, I'm half white, so I'm gonna throw that in there. The other side is Italian and Native American, or Hawaiian, sorry.
Hawaiian?
I am Italian too, but yeah, Hawaiian.
That's cool.
So I disassociate with that, so but yeah, and so it's just like, and then education was really low. Like, I went to Booker T, and but they didn't teach anything about how it started. They're like, oh yeah, it's 1913, this and that, that's it. Yeah. And it's like, shouldn't we know more? Like, they didn't teach us about Black Wall Street. Like, I found out, and I had a teacher who was super, and I hated him, not because of this, he was just a terrible teacher, but he had a Men of Power, which was for black men, to stand up and and whatnot, and he didn't teach about Black Wall Street either. And so I didn't find out, and my friend has a book on it, and I want to start reading it because I didn't know anything about it. I watched the documentary.
Yeah, same.
I was just like, whoa. Because there's the elevator scenario, and I always thought that was out of state, but it was in this state, and that's where it started, and I was just like, I had no idea. What do you call? But yeah, if they, yeah, because if it's like, if you're in like a white neighborhood or whatever, mostly white, and it's like, oh, white on white crime is higher in like Des Moines, wherever, I don't remember which Des Moines is, and it's like, well, yeah, because it's just a high population. Like if you have a bunch of, it's just it's just the situation.
Yeah,
but if you go like around the world,
and stuff.
Exactly, and it's like if you go around the world, then that's a different number. And I mean, I don't know if he was. I mean, he did say specifically Chicago, so I don't really remember what it was around the world, because I mean, it could be, but it also couldn't be, you know. But that's just because we put them in that situation, and they're like, oh well, most people are like on welfare. And I was like, well, yeah. Because we made them have to rely on it, and that nothing has changed about that. And that's one thing I don't like about America at all. Like, I want to move out so bad.
Yeah,
I want to be out of this country.
I swear.
So much. And it's like, I don't like the person who's in power now. I hated the person who was in power then. Because they're just so much wrong. And it was just like, it was like having an iron lung, and then now it's just like asthma. It's like I can breathe, but there's still problems breathing. But it's just like, I mean, nothing that needs to be done is being done. Yeah. And then when I hear about Australia, it's like, oh yeah, it's great, like $15 an hour. Like I have everything, everything's free.
That's what you would consider.
Yeah, I mean. I wouldn't go there because it's just like there are terrifying, deadly creatures everywhere you turn.
The kangaroos.
Yeah, kangaroos. I had a weird dream. Okay, yeah, politics and stuff. Things. It's an issue. It needs to be taken care of.
Yeah, always.
I'm gonna talk about dreams now, because I'm a person that has premonition dreams, or all my dreams have a certain meaning, and I also have shared dreams, and like Jacob and I, we had a dream within the same week. I didn't tell him because I didn't want to scare him. But I was pregnant, and I was about to be, and I walked in the bathroom, and I was like, okay, and I didn't pee or anything. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get pregnant any second, like it's about to happen, and I'm just waiting there, and it's like starting swelling, and I was like, okay, and then I woke up, right?
Yeah.
So I kept that from him. I was like not telling him. And then he started like, I had a weird dream, and I mean, he was like, this was a couple days ago. I was like, was that around when I had my dream? And he was like, I had a dream that you were going to labor and I missed it. And I was like, oh my God, that's weird, because I had the beginning of that, but I didn't tell you because it would freak you out.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, and the last person I hung around, like, we had this same dream where it was down Riverside, and there was this girl and a baby and her mom, and the girl had a pink high heel, and she killed her baby and the mother, and you could see the shadow. And there was a day everyone wore overalls and pink shirts, because that's what she wore, and to like commemorate this, so that way she wouldn't go after you or something like that. And I wasn't wearing it, and I remember walking through research being like, oh my gosh, I gotta find it. So that's crazy. But yeah, when you said kangaroos, I had a dream last night that there were these there were these huge cats, and they were like beefed up, like they looked like pit bulls, and their like legs were like kangaroos. It was the most terrifying thing. And there was like a gray one and like a bunch of different other ones, and there was one that was like a calico, I guess. And what was it? And I remember it was like super rare and that it could talk, and I was like, well, I'll take that one, and we were like hanging out for a bit and talking, but they'd only say like small words of wisdom or something like that. And I remember just looking at it, I was like, God, this is an ugly thing. So I was just like, I don't know what that means. I know there are certain like colors, like if it's like a black dog, that's bad luck. White dog is good luck. And it's like, I had a dream once where him and I were living together, and this was way before we even moved in together. But there was a great mama cat laying in a bed of yellow tulips. I forgot what the yellow tulips meant, but like the gray cat is like, a motherly cat is just like a sign of good love forever. So I was just like, when I looked that up and found out, I was like, yes! Just like, it works! So, man, they said they'd be gone for a short time, but I knew he would do this. He's so maniacal.
Yeah, I was like,
I know. They're probably. No, yeah, they're out by the fire pit. Ooh.
I think like the last real dream I've had. What was it? I don't think I've had any dreams up until the week we coming up here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like a month ago I had a dream about my grandma and like all my family was in this house that I've been to before, but it's like, where this house keeps showing up from? It's like a random house, but like I know I've been in there before.
Mm-hmm.
At least in my dreams, not in real life.
Yeah.
But it was all my family. We was chilling, and there was a snake, and then like my grandma was there. She was telling us what to do, but then she disappeared. And then like kind of like my sister got bit by the snake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that part of the dream was so scary.
Yeah.
It was like she was swelling up in the face and everything, and I was like, oh, where'd my grandma go? Where'd she go?
Mm-hmm.
And then like I woke up.
Weird.
Yeah.
So there's something that might like take over, I guess. I don't know what a snake means. Usually when something looks bad in a dream, it actually means something like super good.
You know, well, the sister that got bit by the snake is my little sister. When I said like it was a complete rebellious or rebel or whatever, and currently, like I don't know, like yesterday, my phone kept blowing up. That nigga is in jail.
Really?
Yeah.
So
but like
then,
it wasn't even for anything particular because
yeah.
the neighborhood she's staying in, I guess the lady across the street thinks she can bully her because she's the only one down there because, you know, I said my mom done.
Yeah.
Gone. So she stayed down there with her son. And the lady across the street thinks she can bully her or whatever. And she went to the police department. They ran her name through the system and then they ended up arresting her instead of, you know, handling the actual problem.
Oh, yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. They don't handle it. They just like, all right, well, that's how it is. Oh, that makes me so mad.
Yeah, I was like, well, Tay, why you didn't tell us? If you needed somewhere to go, you know, you could have came up here if you, like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what we've been dealing with. She said she's fine.
Yeah. I mean, as long as she's okay.
Yeah.
But, like, ask the lady across the neighbor. God
yeah,
dang.
and it's like, we went down there before we came up here because her house and stuff was down there.
Mm-hmm.
And people across the street literally all-balled me when I went to go make sure her door was locked.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I hope y'all don't plan on doing anything over here while she's
Yeah.
gone.
Well, it's like, that's why it's like, I got an alarm system now. I mean, I bet it's a harder situation in Georgia, like Atlanta. Or Georgia. I assume Atlanta.
I'm going to say, I'm like 2 hours away from Atlanta.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So then what was the town?
It's Vienna.
Vienna. Okay, okay.
I don't know if you've heard of it, like, let me see, it goes like Atlanta, Macon, Warner Robins, Perry, Unadilla, and then like...
Yeah, I know about Perry. I'm pretty sure I knew someone that was going to go there, and I was like, why do you want to go to Georgia? Like,
honestly, it's hot and mosquitoes. Like,
yeah,
why?
and it's like Louisiana. I want to go there so bad for New Orleans. Like,
yeah, I want to experience it too.
Just like voodoo things that look so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't like to mess with voodoo because voodoo is just like too real.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, it'd be cool to see the spot. And it's just like, it's a beautiful place, but it's super humid. There are alligators everywhere, and mosquitoes are insane. And then, of course, hurricanes. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely avoid bad weather at all costs.
Right, exactly. But it's like, yeah, and then I knew someone that wants to go to Florida. I'm like, why Florida?
See, I stayed, like, Georgia's right above Florida, but I've never been to Florida.
Really? You never just, like, got curious and just drove there just cause?
See, that's what I'm saying. My childhood, like my family, my grandma, she's from Boston. My mom was, like, she grew up in Boston, too. Mm-hmm. And they came down here, like, maybe when my mom was, like, 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. And have not been anywhere since. Literally.
Really?
Yeah, like... And plus, like, we on and off situation with cars and stuff and money and stuff, so it's like, rarely went anywhere, literally.
Yeah, I know, definitely. I mean, I used to go around with friends to, like, just go up to Kansas, be like, all right, we're here, and then leave. But it'd be, like, the closest, like Coffeyville or something like that. Like, it's just, like, right there on the edge. And then, but I wouldn't go or like, to Missouri. There's there. But I never went the other, well, because the other way is way longer. So that's why I never went. And then Texas, I mean, that's long, but I went with him and we went to Kansas and we plan on going to New Mexico and Arizona. You know, go through Albuquerque and get Breaking Bad, and so we're gonna do stuff with that. Hopefully,
cool.
'cause oh my gosh, I love stuff like that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the house that this happened in. Like so my dad is Hawaiian, and we had family there, of course, his family, and so we went. I was there when I was like 2 years old, right? No memory, of course, and then we went as a family vacation when I was like 11 or 12, I think. And we went to the spot, like Jurassic Park, like the 2 poles and whatnot. Like I was there.
Park.
Like I got to see it. It was just tall grass completely. I mean, you can't. It's not what it looks like in the movie now. But we went there. It was a movie spot, and I was like, oh my gosh, we were here, and we took a picture and moved on, you know. And then Pirates of the Caribbean. We went along one of the beaches, and then there's in the 4th one. The Tides or whatever with Penelope Cruz, there's like the cave they go into. I went in that cave. They didn't go through the cave all the way. It was like they got to the front and then the rest was a set because that cave just goes deep down and and then it's just like it's murky blue and there's like they're so full of stories too, Hawaiians, where it's like if the water is clear, that means like the lady of the water or whatever, like that she's there. It's just like some spirit or something.
Is
whenever
it
it's
actually
murky,
like Moana? Like is
so
it
and not kind of, not really. Yeah, like Moana, it's like it didn't follow a lot of things.
Yeah.
And me and my sister were like, "This is racist," you know. It's like that's not what Maui did, but you know, kind of did some of them. Yeah, if the water was murky, that means she had left. And so there'd be more danger in the cave. Because people have known like rocks would fall and just kill people. So they never went.
I feel good about that because I always want to interrupt when they talk about y'all had a good conversation.
We just said the ending thing. That's all. You just now got. We just started.
Yeah, just
like I just no. It's okay. It's okay. You know, we were quiet for a bit, and, like kind of whispering, and then, you know, you.
We were out there having a phenomenal conversation.
Really? What'd you guys talk about?
Nothing.
I think I'm getting high energy.
You know what? Honestly, I was like telling him, I was like, you know what? I was like, man, you look kind of cute. I'm like, you know, he's trying to pop inside for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
he's like, yeah. So it's like we popped inside for a minute. You know, I'm playing.
Pop the side? What does that mean?
He said pop inside. No,
I said
man.
pop inside.
Oh, yeah.
No,
what?
but I'm playing. We sat outside where the fire would be. We had a
good
good ass conversation. We're like, man, you know what? Like, I think this one thing, and I'm like, you know what? I think the same thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, also I disagree, but you know what? We also think, whatever. But I wanted to give y'all time.
I'm trying to figure out some more. What's up with that too? I don't even know what he's talking about.
I'm scared.
No, this shit funny. No, this shit's so funny. No, we had a good ass conversation outside though. Like a good ass conversation.
Podcast material. How
no,
can
but
you?
seriously, I wanted y'all to talk because like that's podcast material too. So it's I wanted to have like different sides, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like I mean we honestly running long on the podcast. We can keep going for a couple more minutes, but we're probably gonna end it soon because. I bet y'all more tired than we are. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably like, oh, I'm tired. I'm bored. I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to do, you know, like we about to record some shit. That's what we plan on doing. So, whatever. I mean, you know, we gonna record some shit. We are recording some shit.
Yeah, I did want to ask you though, like, how me and J Rob interacting. Like, what would you think? Like, how would you think about like how well we know each other and stuff like that? Like, you probably already know though, but just how we've been interacting.
Just generally,
I mean, that you know each other. I mean, I don't know.
Would you believe that we've never hung out this much before, ever?
Yeah, I would believe that.
Cause like I thought it would surprise you, cause like I just think about the way me and J Rob interact and how we communicate, and I was like, for us to not really have hung out the most, like. I always communicate really well with him.
That just means you have a lot to talk about. Yeah. I mean, then that things lead into discussion.
Yeah,
she's
we have a lot of good discussions.
She's an interesting thinker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she
Is
does
that
know
good
that.
or bad?
No, it's good because like you're thinking about it in an aspect of like y'all know it, but see, she knows specifically the situation, so she's biased on it. You know?
No,
what I'm
see,
saying?
I just wanted to see what she was.
No,
saying.
but me and him feel like it's like we've been chilling for a long time. You know, what I'm saying?
What's
we
funny
haven't. You know,
is that. And I was telling him this morning how the day before they got here, you're like, yeah, you know, he's like, they're like family, you know, and he's just like, he's part of
I said something you
and
said.
then, he said the exact same thing.
I really feel like we have a connection that we haven't really been able to build on physically. That, like, we have been able to do a lot of good communication and get some good ideas going though that now we can execute on.
That's what I was thinking about is that the people that both accept us into their tribe, like Jalil and Fred, you know what I'm saying, they fuck with us, so it's like they're like, you know what, I fuck with you, you know what I'm saying, so that like for them to fuck with me, you know what I'm saying, for them to fuck with him, it's like that's like on the aspect of like we know each other because we're kind of the same type of person, you know what I'm saying, because they fuck with us and they fuck with the same type of person, you know, so it's like that's why that's where that connection is. It's like we don't know each other, but we do. And so we talk for years, you know what I'm saying, but it's like there's a long time. You're like, oh, you in Georgia?
We used to play
like,
Xbox years ago. We used to play
Xbox.
That was so long ago, bro.
For real. And it's like, I remember talking. I remember when I was like, hey, I'm trying to build a team. You trying to be a part of it? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. And it's like, that's when I recruited Devin. That's when I recruited everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, Michael and Tony and shit. We had that shit going. But see, like, we know each other more than we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it's like, we do.
Honestly.
And it's like, but then I correlated that to like y'all knowing each other more than y'all do, because it's like you're like the saving grace of me and you're the saving grace of him. So it's like that's why I was like, you know what, y'all talk, we gonna go talk, you know, because like y'all are more alike than y'all realize. Me and him are more alike than we realize. But I'm also really lit, so I mean shit, you know, we
all have our differences though. We all have our differences. It's just really, I feel like we're all almost on the same page here. Like, everyone I've been interacting with, all my plans, everyone's plans, they're all coming together. They're all correlating, and we all headed to some great places. We're gonna do some great things.
Oh yes.
Together or separately, however things go, you know, we're all gonna do great things.
Yeah.
Definitely. What did y'all talk about though? Because
I told you we didn't talk. And, like, we started talking, then you guys walked in, and so we're just like, oh.
Really? Because y'all were talking whenever I walked in.
We kind of took a nap before.
I mean, we're like, it's so tiring. It really is, and that's no offense. It's just like, I'm kidding.
No, I know that it's tiring because it's fucking late as fuck.
No, I'm kidding about everything I said has been a huge lie. Like, we've been talking this whole time.
I believe you. Wow.
What the fuck?
That what you do is you say half the truth and half a lie, so that way it blends in, and then it's like, oh, it's all the truth because you have truth to back it up.
I'm like,
I
know I have like total
my mind is
faith.
blown for real. Like,
no, because when I ran in here and I grabbed my cigarettes and they were talking about like blah 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 blah, and I was like, I'm like, they talking. I'm like, yeah, and then I came back and they're like, we weren't talking at all, and I'm like,
I made you doubt.
What?
Yeah,
I'm like, I totally believe you.
Because I made him focus on the end. And it's like, I had completely forgotten he got cigarettes, so that would have been my flaw. If he was more sober, like on top of that, he'd be like, nah, you're lying, you know. But
no, that's not even true though. That's not true. But that's really cool. I'm glad, like, because like y'all have more in common, and y'all even realize me and him have more in common. But you know what? I want to like work on some music and shit.
So we can end
so I'm down to work on some music. Yeah, we're gonna end this shit because we about like 1 hour and 18 minutes. And it don't even feel like that long. You know, and it's early as fuck. But you know what? I don't even give a fuck. I don't even care. But we're gonna pick up on some shit. We're gonna work on some shit, and that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do, and whatever y'all want to do, y'all decide as individuals. Y'all do what y'all want to do.
I'm probably gonna sleep.
Whatever you want to do, it's up to you.
Yeah, she's probably gonna sleep too.
I would say I need to get that room. I gotta deal with the cats. I gotta put him somewhere else.
All right. Well, we cutting off right here, and we done. All right. Bye. Bye.
Oh, bye.
Yeah.
Why'd you wave?